So you want to know how to stop getting angry at your husband? My name is Paul Friedman. I'm the founder of the Marriage Foundation. This is a very common question because anger is a very common problem. Now, our approach to marriage and ourselves and our husbands is very different from mainstream. I founded the Marriage Foundation after I used to be a divorce mediator over 20 years ago. And then I shifted my practice, developed these systems, developed these concrete, usable ideas about marriage, because everything has a mechanical component in creation, including marriage. So marriages are solvable, understandable. They're not mysterious. We get married in order to be happier. We get married in order to experience love, but we don't even think of those things at the forefront of our mind. It's somewhere in the back of our mind, but if we knew these things going into marriage, if we knew we were getting married to be happier consciously, and I said, okay, I'm going to be happier in my marriage, how do I do it? I'm going to experience love in our marriage. How do I do it? Then we would have a game plan, but we don't do that and it's no one's fault. It's not your fault. It's not your teacher's fault, your parents' fault. We're not taught this because it's new. You know, the world has been evolving. We're pretty advanced technologically. We know a lot more about weather patterns. We know a lot more about the ecology, but we don't know anything about ourselves. We literally debate about whether we have a soul, about whether there is a God, about whether there's people on other planets. We don't take as obvious that we are souls, that we are created by God to be happy. We're souls. We have a body, we have a mind, but we're the soul. We don't learn these things. We don't even learn that we're a three-part human being, body, mind, and soul. So where do you go from there? Why? Because everyone's afraid. Oh my God, this may trigger someone who doesn't believe in God. Well, heck with them. Reality is reality. We're not back in the flat earth society days. And there's still people who think the earth is flat. Look, you are meant to be not just a little bit happy in your marriage, but joy-filled. Anger really blocks love, blocks happiness. Forget that you're mad at your husband. You're walking around all day with being angry at all kinds of things. Let's tell the truth. This is not about your husband. And this is a very important point. It doesn't matter what your husband did or didn't do that is triggering the anger, helping it unfold in your mind. The anger is with you. You have to eliminate anger from your consciousness altogether. And here's where we're really separate, really different at the Marriage Foundation from everyone else. I don't believe in anger management. And I've got personal experience with anger. Back in the early 90s, I realized I was an angry person. And I had to do something about it. So I decided, this is before I got into helping people with their marriages. I decided, okay, I'm not going to be angry anymore. It wasn't very long before I became angry about something so intensely. I tried pushing it out of my mind, rejecting it, pushing it. I couldn't do it. I was literally on the floor, holding myself, just sweating, almost sweating blood, because the anger wouldn't let go of me. Finally, I called some friends, and I said, pray for me, pray for me. And they did, and the anger dissipated. It wasn't until later, when I started working with individuals and couples, that I realized what anger actually is, and that there is a way to get rid of it. And we need to employ whatever works to get rid of it. Now, in my courses, I talk about anger and how to get rid of it, and people are able to. It's too much to do in a video like this, but you can do it. But don't blame your husband. Get that disconnected. Be realistic about it. It is not your husband who's making you angry. Be honest with yourself and realize as you go through your day that that anger is popping in at random times all the time and driving you nuts. It is not your husband. Your husband's fine. So in the meantime, if you don't want to get the course for women that we have at the Marriage Foundation, fine. I'll give you a few little things you might try, but I'm telling you, you should work to get rid of anger altogether. Do not do anger management. That's nonsense. It doesn't work. So as soon as you feel that anger, stop and go, wait a minute, and talk to anger as if it were like a demon or something. I'm not saying it is, but as if it were. Objectifize it and go, anger, get out. I refuse to have you as a guest in the house of my mind, in the house of my heart, and I'm going to flood my mind with love. And visualize gates on your heart opening up and filling your mind with love. And the anger's got to go. It can't remain in there. So that's the message in this video. It's not about your husband. And it's not about you. It's about an uninvited guest. But he's not uninvited. The truth is, because we have free will, you do invite him in. Again, too much for one video, but you need to learn about how the mind works, how you as a woman functions, and how that affects your mind, how your husband works. All of these things are necessary, because ultimately what you really want, what you really deserve, is a fulfilling, love-filled, joy-filled marriage. And that's what you should have. I'm Paul Friedman. Thank you for spending time with me. God bless you. Leave a like, leave a comment, and take care.